Welcome to Kessler Comics Studio, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Strongest Avengers. Number 10. Groot. Groot may be just a tree, but he's a pretty powerful tree. As we've seen throughout his appearances in the MCU, Groot can grow his limbs and break them off, and by using this ability, he can create both defensive shields and highly effective weapons. Without Groot, Stormbreaker wouldn't exist, and the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy would all be dead. While we've gotten a sense of what Groot can do, it seems like there's more power yet to be mined from within him that could earn him an even higher spot on this list. Number 9. AntMan. AntMan is objectively a superhero, but it's the quantum technology that his suit is based on that ultimately allows the Avengers to unlock time travel. His ability to enter the quantum realm, coupled with the ultra strength he gets from becoming really small, makes him a surprisingly powerful Avenger. All of that is true even before we get into the fact that he's also capable of becoming a literal giant. Giant Man certainly has some weaknesses, but if you were building out a superhero army, you'd almost certainly want Ant-Man to be on your team. Number 8. Black Panther. Black Panther is a lot like Captain America but with better technology, a badass royal family, and a country that's the most technologically advanced in the MCU continuity. On his own, T'Challa is a powerful warrior with enhanced speed and strength. With the help of his sister Shuri, though, he becomes even stronger than that. His suit allows him to absorb the energy from the blows that he is attacked with, and then rebound them on his opponents. Thanks to that ability, and the fact that his suit is basically impregnable, Black Panther is a tougher opponent than he may seem to be if you only look at his power set. Number 7. Vision. If Vision really took advantage of all of his power, he might have wound up higher. As it is though, Vision has an Infinity Stone in his forehead and access to the entirety of human knowledge, and still manages to get himself damaged by one of Thanos' henchmen. At other times, though, Vision's powers have been essential. It was Vision who ultimately defeated Ultron, and we also know that he's one of the few characters in the story who can wield Thor's hammer. He may not be as strong as it seems like he should be, but he's no weakling either. Number 6. Hulk. In addition to being basically unkillable, Hulk is also very strong, and when Bruce Banner is able to control him, he's also very smart. That combination makes Hulk an essential member of the Avengers, even if he spends much of the early movies flying off the handle and doing at least as much harm as he does good. He may not be able to take down Thanos, but against most other opponents, the Hulk is more than enough to ultimately emerge victorious. Number 5. Iron Man. Tony Stark did figure out time travel, and that certainly counts for something. In addition to being one of the most brilliant minds on the planet, though, Iron Man also has the benefit of the kind of technology that allows him to battle against much stronger opponents. He doesn't beat Thanos, but he comes shockingly close for a mere mortal with a fancy suit of armor. Iron Man is just a regular, super intelligent guy who faces down intergalactic threats regularly. Thankfully, that massive intellect is often enough to level the playing field. Number 4. Doctor Strange. Even after he loses the Time Stone, Doctor Strange is still immensely powerful. His skills as a sorcerer make him a tough opponent, which is why the villains he faces off against are so often an order of magnitude stronger than anyone else's. Thanos may be the biggest bad he's gone up against, and while he couldn't defeat him outright, he got pretty close, even after Thanos was already wielding 4 of the 6 stones. Number 3. Thor. Blessed with the powers and long life of a god, Thor was undoubtedly the most powerful member of the initial version of the Avengers. Not only can he fly and transport between worlds, but he was also the only one capable of taking down Thanos, even after he had assembled all 6 Infinity Stones. Thor's power only continues to grow, and while he often needs a weapon to channel it into, that definitely isn't always the case. Whether he's armed or not, Thor is a force to be reckoned with, and his arrival is more than enough to turn the tide of basically any battle. Number 2. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's immense power makes her hard to reckon with, which is one of the reasons her appearances in the MCU have been so limited to date. Unlike Scarlet Witch and some of the other heroes on this list, Carol Danvers managed to bring her powers to full bloom in her first movie, and has since spent most of her time off-world helping other planets. When she does show up to the big fights, though, she changes the game. She doesn't get the chance to, but it seems like she could plausibly beat Thanos, and her arrival in Endgame fundamentally turns the tide of that fight. Number 1. Scarlet Witch. By the end of Multiverse of Madness, Wanda is so powerful that she's basically the only one capable of destroying herself. Wanda's powers only grow and grow over the course of her time in the MCU. She's capable of taking over and brainwashing an entire town, or taking on an entire army of sorcerers without much issue. Even before Wanda turned bad, though, she was one of the only heroes who held a candle to Thanos' power, so much so that Thanos had to call in a distraction in order to save himself from her.